Okay guys, so I thought I'd just quickly show you how to record like kind of gain staging a piano, but it's a virtual instrument piano. And then also just how I would route things. It's kind of like just a common easy setup that just makes sense to me, and it's always the same with all my mixes, so I don't have to figure things out. I just know where everything is. So we just got a simple piano, an emotional piano here. It's just a nice little piano. Let's just go ahead and record something, and then I'll show you how to put the limiter on and all that kind of thing. So here we go. Let's start a clip. Let's turn that volume up a bit. No, I don't know. Hang on. There we go. So let's do. All right, just a tiny little simple thing, a couple of notes I don't like. I'm just going to quickly change them. Let's just quantize it all just to make it all perfect. All right, that's fine. Just a little song. Now, gain staging, we want that level to be up around here. So let's just see what comes in as we're doing it. It's pretty quiet. It's pretty quiet. So one way we can kind of get that level up is if you have a look inside your piano, just double check that it's on 0. Now I know this is on -10. So that just needs to be up at 0 at least, you know, or at least getting up higher there. So let's just do that. Go up to 0, 0.6, I think, so it's a little under. So it's getting a lot better. I don't want to go past 0. Like I could go up here to 12, but I would rather just do a little bit. So I'm just going to make that go up to, that's fine. 0, it's not even at 0. 0 is when you're getting plus from 0, you're starting to get into more of a it could distort. You're getting into a bit of a just be careful, you know. So I'd rather just have it at 0. Then we go. So if you have a look at my master, it's up there. It's getting up there now. So that's really great. So now the next step I do is I go ahead and I add an auxiliary track. In Pro Tools, it's called an auxiliary. Sometimes they're called buses. This one's called an auxiliary. Always make your auxiliaries stereo. So I click on that. It's good. Samples, that's fine. So then create that. So this has created a bus or auxiliary. So I'm just going to make sure that that's called piano. Now I have to make sure internally that it's routed to the right place. So I want that to be my bus there, and it needs to go to a piano. I could set them up anywhere, but I have a piano already set up on my ins and outs when I set things up. So I just want to click on piano, and then now we are going, what I like to do, this is my first bus. So then what we can do is we can just copy that. I'll just copy it 3 more times. And what we're going to do, we're going to change these. One's going to be a verb. Let's do a delay. And let's do another verb. Verb 2. So this is kind of getting a little bit more advanced, but that's fine. So we've got pianos going to there. It's going to be the dry signal. And then we've got a delay down here. We've got a second reverb. let's just create. Now you don't have to do any of this if you want. If you don't want, you could actually just lose these guys and it would be the same. It would just it's the same process. But like these are just adding extra. So you'll see in a second how that kind of works. So now what I like to do is I like to do like a mix bus, and then we go to our final. So now the piano, this piano, and all of these effects are going to go to the mix bus. There's my mix bus. And then my mix bus here, I need to make sure it's listening to the mix bus. So there we go. So just talking about the routing again, our piano here, contact piano, will go to the piano. So let's put piano there. I found piano, there we go. So this is going to the piano, this is the ins, and then this is the out. So it goes into the here, and then it goes to the main mix. Now if I push play and then I push mute on this, it's going to mute everything because the piano is going straight to this. It's not going anywhere else. So listen to this. Oh, sorry, these are all listening to the piano, so that's not going to work. Hang on, we need to make sure we route those properly. So the verb will listen to the verb. Let's just put it up here, and I will rename that verb. And then we go up to here to the next one, and I'm going to call this verb 2. And then this one's going to be the delay. So let's do delay. And then it goes to the mix. So now when I push mute, now you won't hear anything because there's nothing listening to it. There's no piano on any of these inputs. There we go, nothing in there. And see that level? That's about half, getting into about 60, 70%, 75. We want it up here by the final master. So what we do here now, we put a limiter on. If you didn't have these, let's just hide these for a second. Let's just and you just had the piano. This is just a simple version, so no reverbs or anything. Or you could add reverb inside your piano. Attack, release, tightness, vibrate, pedal. There might be an effect here where you can add some reverb or tone. It actually doesn't look like it, but you could add a reverb on this channel. But I like doing it through a bus. So so let's go now on the very last thing. What we want to do on the last input is we want to put our limiter. So the limiter I like to use is one called by Waves, is the Ultra Maximizer. So now with this one, you'd want the ceiling to be at just minus. This is the final output. Nothing's going to go anything louder than minus 0.1. That's your total ceiling, total threshold. This is a brick wall limiter, and that's the difference between a limiter is very similar to a compressor, but it's a brick wall limiter and it limits anything coming through. And a compressor just affects you know, it kind of puts a sponge on the ceiling. It kind of, you can change it as it hits it. You can manipulate what it does after it hits it. But a brick wall, it just stops at the brick wall. Nothing gets through. So that's the last thing. So then we push play, and you'll kind of see it as we turn this down. You're going to see the level going up. See, nothing's even happening here. Over here, this is the gain reduction. When it hits, it's going to be pushing it down. It's going to be stopping it. So as I pull this down, you're going to see the -3. It's going to go past -3, which is kind of the magic number. It's going to go to 612, and it's going to sound horrible further we go down there. All right, gross. That's hopefully you can kind of hear that. That's horrible. So we just wanted to pull it down until it's about -3. We don't want to go any more than -3. And you'll see that now I'm going to start getting a really nice clean signal. There we go. Now, if you don't want, I always like to do light work with many compressors or many leveling. So I might back that off a little bit. Instead of making that do a whole going down to like 10, I think it was, I like to put another, maybe an EQ here, and then maybe another compressor. Let's just do something stock standard. Waves. I do like the waves. One of my favorites actually is the R compressor. This one's got a lot of function. I really like it. It's very, it sounds great. I really like this one. So let's play it. So just a little bit of work. So as I said, the magic number is we don't want any more than -3 dB of reduction. So what I did over here is I'm trying to match that. When I see this goes to about 3, I'm trying to turn up the gain a little bit to about 3, just to kind of see how that. Then I'm not losing overall volume. I'm pulling everything up. So let's. Oh. Great, so we're getting a little level there. All right, so I'm watching this level. I'll play it again in a second, but just watch this level. We're really right there where we kind of want, especially for just such a soft piano. We don't need to be flat up on the top. We just need to be in this ballpark there. That's broadcast quality. That's going to be. It's not going to sound like it's something wrong with the track there. So I'll play it one more time and you'll hear it. There we go. So it's a very simple little process. So that's great for your track. That's all you need. These are actually a little bit extra too, having a little bit of EQ. Maybe it's a little bit too mid-range, I'm hearing maybe, but you could tweak that as well. Sometimes I like to do the EQ before to get rid of some frequencies before it hits the compressor. And then sometimes I'll do another EQ afterwards, or sometimes I'll do it the other way around. There's no right or wrong. Just see what works for what you need. All right, cool. So now you've done that, great. So now the next step, let's go ahead and add those extra effects just to hear how that kind of, how we do kind of do that. So if I add a reverb here, let's go down to, let's do Valhalla. That stuff is great. Let's do a second reverb. I don't often do a second reverb, but sometimes it's good for just something extra. Let's do do a shimmer. It's not it is a reverb, but it's something, it's a very different effect. Let's go to a delay. Just a standard delay will be fine. Oh, not that one. H delete. All right, this one's gone. Let's put on ping pong. So now we want to send each one. So we're going to send a little bit to the verb. How much? Maybe we want to do just a little bit to hear it. So let's do about 10. And then we're going to send a little bit to the verb to. Do about 10. And then we're going to do a little bit to the delay. Let's go up to about 10. 10. Anyway, it doesn't matter. We'll change those as we go. So let's just mute those for a second. Now we're just going to listen to this verb. Yeah, so it sounds really nice with it in. So now let's go to that second verb, and we put a shimmer on that, I think. So let's have a listen to that. So we're creating lots and lots of ambient sound. So we're going to pull these down quite a bit because I don't want them to wash it out too much. So we're just going to pull those volumes down. Or I could pull these volumes down, but either way it works. So let's do the delay now. So how much you've just created so much depth adding these extra things, but you've still only got one piano that you've only recorded. You've just sent it to these buses, the auxiliaries. That's the power of these. I'm going to kind of mute them, and you're going to hear them going. So this is the delay. This is the second verb, which is the shimmer, and you'll hear them. I'll solo one. I'll do a bit of just do a loop. All right, so yeah, so you can hear that shimmer is like really cool. Let's do a delay. Hear what the delay sounds like. That's just the delay. You can hear that as it goes. So it just sounds so much bigger. You've actually added, you got your piano, which is those two are together. They're going. That one's getting sent directly there. But then you have a verb 1, a verb 2, and a delay. So you got 3 extra channels coming in that are just extra sounds, but it just makes it even bigger and even fuller. So I don't know if I showed this before, but when I had these, turning these off. Let's just hide them for now. The piano was actually going to my mix bus, which I could do another little stage here and do another EQ or another tiny bit of compression. You know, you can do many different things. And so at the moment, this channel right here is going from my piano. Let's just take these off for a second. So we're going to my piano, then it's going straight down here, and then from there it's going to my mix bus, and then from there it's going to my master chain. So that's kind of like how I kind of have my stuff set up. It just works like that for me. I've been doing it for a while, and it's my work, so my workflow. So I know where everything is, and I can see all the levels as I go. And so yeah, so that's kind of like my setup. So you'll see it play as we go. So I'm hearing too much of that. I don't like that. It's a bit too much. So. Okay, so everything we started for, I'm just going to play it one more second before we finish up here. But you're going to see that level now. We're just doing these kind of a little bit touching, extra touches. You're going to see this level going to be way up here, and it's going to be fully, fully broadcast quality and fully ready. All right, from the top. Very cool. All right, just because we're playing with stuff, I'm going to do something really fun here. Check out this. So I can't help myself. So I'm just going to copy that track. I just want something to have something really kind of crazy. Actually, we don't want to copy that track. Let's do this. Delete. Just create a. I want to add something to the shimmer and just do something crazy. Audio track. So let me just drag this down here. It's creating an audio track of that. Then we're going to go up here and reverse it. And I don't know what it will sound like, but this is such an easy little trick, and it's so fun. All right, just reverse it. And then we're going to actually send that directly to the shimmer. So where's my shimmer, which is 2. So now it goes directly to the shimmer. So you're just going to get this extra shimmer, just ambient noise. And then we could probably start this over here. Sorry, I couldn't help myself, but that was fun. Okay, so there you go. So that's basically how you kind of gain stage and set up your buses and your routing and add some other effects and how do you do your limiting. So there's about 4 or 5 lessons in there, but just with one piano. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments if you got any questions or any other videos you want me to do. And yeah, I'll see you in the chat. All right, bye.